In this video, I will show you how to integrate manually read meters in the Visual Energy 4 system. Due to various reasons, measuring must occur at connections to consumers but also at supplies in the distributions or at coupling points in the supply networks. New measuring points are obviously installed with interfaces which facilitate automatic communication. However, most companies still operate numerous measuring points which do not yet feature an interface. These meters will still have to be read manually for quite some time. The KBR Visual Energy 4 system helps you with this task and ensures that the entire reading process is organized and carried out correctly. A specifically developed app for Android smartphones facilitates meter reading on site and reduces reading errors thanks to the integrated plausibility check. Transmission and input errors are thus also a thing of the past. Time and effort are therefore reduced to an absolute minimum. Furthermore, the measuring points can be allocated to different reading areas. Several members of staff can thus read the meter on site. The reading sequence in the reading area can also be defined and a reading route specified. Let's take a look at an example to see how to set up a mobile reading point. Start the assistant for creating a meter point via a menu command. It collects all the required information and creates the desired meter point. You initially specify whether automatic or a mobile meter reading is required. Select the location and the medium. During the next step, you define the number of points as well as the number of decimals of the meter to be read. Visual Energy uses this information to detect and calculate a meter overflow. You also enter the reading area and, if necessary, the meter factor to be included. Subsequently, select which measured parameter is to be read. The specification of the network operator is, amongst other things, used to generate a correct meter point name. You can now also assign a name and a meter number to the meter point. In contrast to the meter point name from the previous step, the metering number is not allocated to the measuring point, but clearly identifies a measuring device or meter. Specification of the place of installation might help the meter reader on site. Finally, check all the entries and make sure they are correct. In case of an error, you can go back and correct it. After completing the entries, Visual Energy creates the respective meter point. As you usually wish to create further meter points, the assistant returns to the first page. Let's now take a look at the general meter reading process in Visual Energy. The responsible energy manager requests a meter reading, for example, at the end of the month. This can take place separately for each reading area. He thus not only assigns the meter reading order to the meter readers, but also enables the app for meter reading. This ensures that the reading time is observed. The meter readers can now carry out the recording. If necessary, the integrated plausibility check checks the meter reading and warns the operator, for example, of overconsumption, underconsumption or zero consumption. Once all the meter points have been read, the recorder completes the readout. The responsible energy manager is thus informed of the completed task. The recorded meter readings are, however, not accepted until they have been checked. The responsible energy manager can look at the consumption values again and validate them. If the reading data is correct, the energy manager can assume the readout. The system uses the consumption values for the reading time period to automatically generate periodical load profile data. The requirements placed on a readout in real life include the responsible energy manager clicking on the button for reading areas via the meter point list in the recording area. He subsequently selects the desired reading area and requests a readout via the respective button. A safety prompt ensures that no undesired requests are triggered. The current reading status is available at any time in the status bar in the reading area. In order to prevent misuse, the app or the meter reader must be authorized once at the system. To this end, the meter reader logs on at Visual Energy 4 and links the smartphone to his profile via the QR code in his user properties. All the reading areas allocated to the meter reader are subsequently transferred upon request. QR codes are also ideal for ensuring unique identification of the measuring point. The reading process itself is purposefully kept very simple. The meter reader receives the last meter reading as a map and enters the new reading. He can either use the shown numerical block for this or changes the numbers in the large display area via a swiping gesture. In case of implausibilities, the meter reader receives a clear warning. He can then correct or accept the readout. Comments can also be added. Further functions enable the handling of special situations, for example, a meter change. Once all the measuring points have been read, the meter reader can exit the readout. In Visual Energy 4, the Energy Manager can also see that the readout has been completed and whether the consumption values are plausible. If necessary, he can still correct the readout. When satisfied, the readout can be accepted in the system. Due to these extensive functions, Visual Energy 4 is also perfectly suitable for recording a large number of manually read meters with several reading areas and meter readers.